Hello and welcome everyone. So in this video we are going to draw the image that is visible on your screen. Now in order to draw this we are going to use relative polar coordinate system most of the times, and we are going to start from this particular corner. Why from this one? Because if we are moving upwards we have all of these dimensions, okay, and we will have to draw these rectangles as well. So it will be better if we are starting from this point. You can start from any corner or whatever you want to. That will not make any difference. The only thing is you should be able to draw and you should be able to provide all of these dimensions. So without further delay, let's start drawing. And so we are going to start from the left side of this diagram, and we are going to start with the outline of this particular object. So I'm going to select line first. Now after selecting line, the next thing that we need to do is we will specify origin as the starting point. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw vertically upwards. So the length of line is 100 and angle will be 90. So I'm using polar coordinates, relative polar coordinates. Okay. After that, the next thing is we need to move on the left side. So at the rate 50, and if we are moving on the left, the angle will be 0 degree. Now then the next height that we need to draw is 20 units. So at the rate 20, and angle will be 90 degree. Enter. After that, the next length is 120 units. So at the rate 120, and angle here is 0. Similarly, the next is 20 units, and this time angle is minus 90. Then we need to move by 30 units. So at the rate 30, less than 0 degree will be the angle. Then we'll be moving vertically downwards. So this at the rate that we are using, this is for shifting to relative coordinate systems instead of absolute. Okay, so 100 will be length and angle will be minus 90. Press enter. After that, I need to move on the left side again 30 units. So at the rate, okay, at the rate 30, and angle will be 180 this time because we need to move on the left. Then at the rate 20, angle will be minus 90. Then at the rate 120, angle will be 180. Then at the rate 20, and angle will be 90 degree. At the rate 20, and angle will be 90 degree. So okay, and the last one will be at the rate 50, and angle will be 180 degrees. So basically we have reached the origin again. So this is the outline. What we need to do is we'll be drawing the left side rectangles first. So we do have two options. We can draw using lines as well, or we can use rectangle command. So this is the rectangle command. You can use REC and then enter. Now we need to start the with the first corner point. So what I'm going to do is basically this particular point is the origin. Okay, now we need to draw a rectangle that is 10 units away from this line and 10 units away from this line. So technically its coordinate will be 10 comma 10 for the starting point. Okay, now the rectangle is of size 40 length and 20 height. Okay, so what will be the coordinates for the corner? So we are going to use relative. Now on x side it should be 40 and on y side it should be 20. So this is the rectangle that we wanted to create. Now what we can do, we can copy this rectangle, select this object, press enter. Now specify a base point and then specify the second point. Now from this second point we need to move this rectangle by 20 plus 10, 30 units. So I can use relative coordinate system. Okay, 30 and at an angle of 90 degree. Press enter. Now from the same base point we will be moving 30 plus 20 plus 10, 30 plus 30, 60 units again. So this time 60 and angle will be 90 degree and press enter. So these are the three rectangles that we needed to create. Okay, now so we are done with the left flange of this particular drawing. Now what we need to do is we are going to provide fillet on all sides. So use fillet command, fillet, press enter. Then specify the fillet radius as 10 units, press enter. Then we will have to select the objects. So for this one, this corner needs to be rounded. Now then this corner needs to be rounded. Now until or unless we are changing the radius, we don't need to worry about specifying radius again and again. By default it will take the previous value. Okay, now these two corners, they should also be rounded. So select this, repeat fillet, select this line, this, done. Next is repeat this one and this one, done. Then repeat it, this one and this one, same. So it's quite easy procedure that we are doing here. We are simply rounding all the corners that needs to be rounded. So I hope okay, one more is left. Repeat this and this. So this is the figure with rounded corners. Now the next thing that we need to do is we will create some offsets. Okay, so use offset command. This is our offset option. Now take offset distance as 20 units, and we need an offset of this particular line in this side and this line in this side. Now after creating this offset, the next thing that we are going to do, basically we will be creating the circles on this side. Now in order to create these circles, what we need to do is we will create circle at the center here, and then we can do the same with other options as well. So now before circles, I think we should draw this lower portion first. So select a line or select rectangle. Instead of line, I'm going to use rectangle again. And basically we need to specify the corner point here. So this is our origin. Okay, now this distance is 50 units, and this one next should be 20 more units. Okay, so 50 plus 20, the coordinate x coordinate will be 70 comma 0. So that will be our starting point. And this length of this rectangle is 80 units, and width is 50 units. Okay, so this time we will be using relative coordinates. So 80 comma 50. So this is the rectangle that we wanted to draw. Now the next thing that we need to draw is basically we need to draw another rectangle on this particular line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an offset of 25 units of this particular line in this side. Okay, and instead of trim, I'm going to extend this one. Okay, so we are not able to extend it because this is a rectangle and not a line. So start a line, start it from here and draw a line perpendicularly like this. Repeat it, start from here and draw it like this and enter. Now we are going to trim the non-required portion. So trim this one, this one, this one. Okay, and these portions are also not needed. So the central portion is almost complete. We need to use fillet. So get out of this trim command and use fillet. Then radius, fillet radius is again 10 units, so we do not need to worry about that. So select the first line, second line, repeat, first line, second line, repeat the same command, first, second, repeat first and second. So this is done. Now trim this particular portion that we don't need. Now to draw circles, we know that all of these circles are at a distance of 10 units from this particular line. So I'm going to create an offset. Okay, first we need to get out of trim. Now offset and select offset distance as 10 units. Select this one, and this is the line that will be touching the circles. Similarly, I'm going to use offset again for 20 units, so that basically this is the line on which all of these circles will have their center. Okay, and this is the other side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark everything for central circle, press enter. Then the next thing is I'm going to use circle using center and radius. So this is our center point and this is the radius. Now once we are done with this one, the next thing that we need to do is we need to copy this particular circle. So select copy command, select the object, press enter, specify a base point, this one, and we will be moving upwards and downwards in both directions. So relative coordinates, now 10 is the radius, so 10 plus 10 plus 10. Okay, so 30 units at an angle of 90. Similarly, at the rate 30 units and angle will be minus 90. So enter, we are done. Now select all of these lines and delete. Select this one and delete. So the diagram is complete. Now we can shift our coordinate system if we want to. Okay, and we will be providing all the dimensions now. So you can use dim command. Okay, so select these distances, place them like whatever, by whatever method you want to place it. So 80, and then basically this will be our 50 side. Then for this one, basically we need to specify radius or diameter. So all of these are of same size. So although we don't need to specify this diameter for everyone, but let's provide it. Now start it from here, go till this point, later on start it and till this point. Now we can shift it later on if we want to. What else do we need? We need to specify this 100. After that we need to specify this as 120. Start it from here and specify this distance as 30. Okay, I hope all of these values are done. Now fillet radius we can provide. Now this length 80, this is quite clear. After that this is 25. Okay, I hope every single dimension is provided except starting from here to this point that was not given. Then we can provide this distance if we want. So these are all the dimensions. Now after giving all of these dimensions, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to select all of them, all similar dimensions, select similar, select these as well and change their color. So I'm going to change its color to red. Okay, After changing the color, the next thing is we can provide a hatch, and let's use a gradient using two different colors and fill this particular area. So this was the drawing that we wanted to create, and that's all for this video. Thank you very much and have a nice day.